session open for items? Seeing none, is there anything online?
Well, since we're not live yet, no.
Yeah, that's one way to solve it, I guess. Are there any remarks from the bench?
I don't have any.
I just like to, I mean, everybody saw what happened last Wednesday, the sad day for the United States and a sad day for the world. And over and above that, I guess I was, watched a lot of it. And to think that we had a senator from Kansas that signed on with the other 6 senators to, including Mr. Cruz from Texas, to go out there and not necessarily promote the violence, but he was there and signed his name on it. And I was really disappointed in that. But I think since then he has withdrawn and realized that there was probably more to it than just signing on. So that's all I've got.
Yep, there are two sides to every issue, so I think we will probably go through extended period of who's right and who's wrong over the next 10 days. So if you were disappointed on Wednesday, you'll probably be disappointed the coming week. And last week was a tough week, and this week could be another tough week. So we'll just, like I say, KO, keep on keeping on, and we will do what we're due. And not that I am anti-federal government, I am not. But one of our job is to keep the local government and the local economy and the local community as good a shape as we possibly can. And that's what we need to have is a big focus. We are not going to affect some of the things that are probably going to come down the pike, but we can keep our community strong, and that's what we need to do. Okay, I'll declare the public input session closed. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
I'd make the motion to approve the agenda as stated.
All right, second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Call on Tim Meyer for the BPU report.
Morning, Mayor, Commissioners.
Morning.
Just give you an update on a few of the projects we're working on in regards to the Mohawk substation. We will be replacing all the transmission line poles that we have on Mohawk Road between 16th and 17th, Maxwell and Centennial. And that work's actually going to be starting here shortly. The T-line foundation contractor, transmission line foundation contractor has actually started tying rebar right now. They're going to start pouring the foundations on 119. We have a few on Mohawk. We actually have 2 on Northview. That total project, part of the project, should take about 2 to 3 weeks. We'll have to let the foundations cure. Then they'll come back and start setting new poles in March. And hopefully they'll get all the poles replaced, like right outside the sub and again on Mohawk Road at sometime in May. And then when the substation's complete, we'll have to come back and do some tie-in work. But with the need to get a lot of energy power out of that substation, those poles will actually have 3 circuits on them. So they'll have a transmission line circuit, then a 35,000 volt circuit below that, and then a 12,000 volt circuit below that. And then we'll have the 35 and 12 kV circuits will both come back. One will come down Maxwell, one will come down Centennial. And that's kind of how we're getting power back into the community. There'll be separate circuits on those 2 streets, but that's how we're getting power back into town. So just make you aware of that. Our crews have actually been working inside the building. The relay panels did get in. We've got those mounted, and there's a lot of electrical in there, DC circuits, AC circuits, things like that. So they've kind of spent this time working on that. Material should actually start showing up sometime in February. Breakers, steel, switches, and BPU crews are going to really do everything above ground. To date, Hutton's done most of the work outside the building, putting in ground grid, all the foundations, all the conduit for control, for power, things like that. hopefully they'll be wrapping up. We're kind of waiting on some parts for ground grid. We needed some more connections. Once those show up, they should be able to finish. So hopefully we'll get that wrapped up here, hopefully within a month, because we need to get it rocked because we're getting material. So, but things are moving along. On the underground side, crews did get some work done in our overhead and underground in Eastmore Addition. But trying to get moved up to Garden Lane, I think we've been up there a little bit, but we've had to kind of pull off new service lines. We actually installed a new service to the PM facility, the new facility. They're terminating out there today. And then been doing some work at Mid-Kansas Machine. They're expanding, and we need to change out their transformer, and we're going to upgrade that when we're there. So working on that. And then, like I've mentioned in the past, we do have a pole inspection program. We have reject poles in town. We're trying to get, we have some on First Street. We have some on Northview as well, the 35 kV. But they have called in locates on First Street. And hopefully if something doesn't come up, we'll get there. So if you see us working, that's probably what we'll do. And it'll take at least a day, 2 days to change a pole out there. So it'll take a little bit of time. And then on the water department, we've actually had we have 6 people in the distribution department. 4 of them have tested positive. And so 2 of them made it back today. One's coming back Thursday, and I'm not sure about the 4th one. But we'll be close to being more back to normal. It really gave us an opportunity while we only had 2 to do our valve maintenance program, really try and exercise valves on a regular basis. I think it's every 3 years. Get out, exercise them so we know they work when we need them. And that's something that, when you're short-staffed, it's pretty easy to put the valve wrench and then you can just go out and work valves all day. So that's kind of the things that we're working on. I don't know if you gentlemen have any questions about anything or.
We had good weather to do work outside.
Yeah, no,
So far.
it's been pretty nice.
Mhm.
It really has. Thank you.
Thanks for coming in, Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
Okay, call on Chief Weisman.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Just 2 short items for you real quick. Citizen State Bank of Mound Ridge, also known as Home State Bank here in McPherson, made a donation to the city of McPherson for the 1928 American LaFrance Restoration Project. The total of the donations is $1,500 from them. And we would like to extend our gratitude to Citizen State Bank of Mound Ridge and request a motion to accept the donation of $1,500 for the 1928 project.
I'll move to accept donation of $1,500 from Citizen State Bank Mound Ridge, also known as Home State Bank in McPherson, for restoration of 1928 American LaFrance fire truck.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The next one's the same, bigger amount though. The Headland family of McPherson made a donation to the city of McPherson for the same 1928 American LaFrance Restoration Project. The total of the donation is $10,000. We'd like to extend our gratitude to Headland family for their continued support with this project and request a motion to accept the donation of $10,000 for the 1928 American LaFrance.
I'll move to accept a donation of $10,000 from the Headland family for restoration of 1928 American LaFrance fire truck.
And I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Just to give you guys a little bit of an update on that truck as well, we will be attending this afternoon. Mac College will be doing some engine work on it. We're going to go over and film some of the work that they're going to be doing and help them with that and moving parts back and forth. Most of the painted parts have made their way out to Colorado and have been getting their final touches on them, so they should be coming back and start to be reassembling the truck. So we're making progress.
Okay, thank you. Call on Chief Golden.
Morning, Mayor, Commissioners.
Morning.
This morning, I'd like to present you the Police Department Animal Shelter and VIN Inspection Report for 2020. I did title it COVID-19 2020, just to let you know. The numbers have gone down. So in 2020, McPherson County Emergency Communications reported assigning 15,023 calls for service to the police department. The stats report indicated a decrease of 2,850 calls for the department in 2020. Our records indicate that in 2020, our officers took 2,037 reports, which include felony, misdemeanor, informational, and collision reports. Compared to 2019 statistics of 2,226, this is a decrease in 189 reports. In 2020, our officers issued a total of 1,283 citations. This number is also decreased compared to 2019 of 2,651, which is a decrease of 1,368 citations. VIN inspections have also decreased over the last year. In 2020, there was a total of 1,322 VIN inspections completed. In 2019, there was 1,720, a decrease of 398 VIN inspections. Per Harris Terry, he said this was the lowest number of VIN inspections he's had since '92 when he started. Animal services numbers have also decreased. In 2019, we had 188 animals impounded as opposed to 128 in 2020, a decrease of 60 impounded animals. Animal citation numbers, 24 total citations in 2019 as compared to 18 in 2020, a decrease in 6 citations. We do not have an animal control officer driving around writing citations. Patrol usually picks that up, or it gets sent over to the animal shelter for follow-up. Adoptions from the shelter have declined, with 52 adopted animals in 2019 and 42 adopted in 2020, a decrease of 10 animals adopted. A more detailed review of crime stats will be presented upon receiving the KBI FBI stats for 2020. We usually do that in late July. So when that comes in, we'll go over the full statistics as what was reported to the KBI. The second item I have is the school resource officer, Joey Rupert, has been promoted to patrol sergeant, leaving an opening for a new SRO at the high school. Assistant Superintendent Jason McAfee, Principal Bryce McFarland, Assistant Chief Todd Martins, Captain Mark Brink, and Sergeant Joseph Rupert interviewed the 2 candidates. They have unanimously requested Officer Brady Winkler be assigned as the new school resource officer. He has already completed their school in October, and he will be attending SRO school in February of 2021. I'd like to present our new school resource officer, Brady Winkler. So,
Come on down here. We'll give you a fist bump.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
And the last item I have is the McPherson Police Department is seeking highly motivated individuals to fill a few open positions within the department. Anyone interested in a career in law enforcement with a minimum starting pay of $19.91 an hour can apply at the city website, www.mcpcity.com, or kansasgovjobs.gov, kansasgovjobs.com. We are also seeking USD 418 school crossing guards who work Monday through Friday at $12 an hour. Anyone interested in this position can contact Lieutenant David Reed at the police department. And that's all I have.
No, you don't.
Oh,
We need to vote on the SRO.
Oh.
Motion and a-
okay.
Okay. I will move to appoint Officer Brady Winkler as School Resource Officer for USD 418 Person High School, effective today, January 11th.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
What you doing? Do you want to bring Jay Mansky on now?
We can probably get through these others really quick. There's only
Okay.
2 there.
Planning and Zoning, Virgil Lyons.
Morning.
So real quick, I received the Foster and Associates Planning Consultant Contract Agreement for 2021. Just some updates since I was heard at Planning Commission, or study session rather, sorry. The agreement was presented to the Planning Commission. They made a motion to unanimously recommend approval. The contract does represent a 5% increase, but it would not increase the overall budget, provided the specific increases as an attachment to this. The recommendation is that we make a motion to approve the contract backdated to January 1 and authorize the mayor to sign.
I move that we approve the 2021 Foster and Associates Agreement and authorize the mayor to sign the agreement.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I don't remember, maybe you can help me out here, but I don't remember what the number was or how many years it had been since he had had an increase.
Well, it's 10 years.
Was it 10 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
The last increase was
I
2000.
was gonna say 10 and I thought I better not, so.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay. Colin Wayne Burns, Public Lands and Facilities.
Morning.
Morning.
Have one item for the Park Department. Consider accepting the Ball Horticulture Company quote for the annual Park Department flower order. Annually, staff requests funding for the flower bed seeds and plants to be grown in the Park Department greenhouse. Staff requests commission to authorize the purchase of annual flower bed seeds and plants from Ball Horticulture Company for the Park Department annual flower beds, and needs not to exceed $11,124.53, which is $1,681.71 less than 2020.
I'll make the motion to approve the annual purchase of plant materials and supplies for the Park Department from Ball Horticultural Company for an amount not to exceed $11,124.53.
Second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And I'd like to remind the public that this week is the last week that we'll be accepting Christmas trees. We've shipped 88 Christmas trees so far. And as of yesterday, I think I counted 12 to 13 more in the parking lot this week.
Okay, thank you. Okay, administrative report.
Okay, I think I'm getting Jay on here. First item for you today is Mansky and Associates LLC, along with their housing partner, McPherson Housing Coalition, has requested a resolution of support for proposed development of affordable senior housing in McPherson, Kansas, as part of a low-income housing tax credit submittal to the Kansas Housing Resource Corporation. In an effort to strengthen their application for tax credits, the proposed resolution and utility availability letter from the city of McPherson will be helpful. The city commission should consider approving these letters, approving this letter and this resolution. The proposed development as identified in this letter would be situated south of Barnstormers West Field Addition replat, and would be subject to plating and utility extensions. And Jay Mansky, who is the developer on this project, is on the line. Can you hear us, Jay?
Yes, can hear you just fine. Is my mic working?
Yep, it is.
Okay, good.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about this project and maybe how it's changed from last year?
Sure, I can kind of touch on that. I'm not sure how many of the commission members are the same as this time last year, but this might look kind of Groundhog's Day, very familiar. The overall project is essentially the same. We changed the direction of it from general occupancy, which last year it was a predominantly 2-bedroom, but there was about 20% of the units were 3-bedroom duplexes. And just based on the new QAP, we had to switch this over to 100% elderly. And they're all now 2-bedroom units, so pretty much identical duplexes. And that was just a function of kind of the new scoring criteria, what that entitles for an elderly project with a CHOTO such as McPherson Housing Coalition. So there's demand on both sides, and we had actually kind of struggled with that last year, whether or not we wanted to earmark this for solely 55 and older households or not. And we decided to keep it more broad just because we thought that would be I guess the most beneficial to the community. But at the same time, we do know there is a fair amount of 55 and older households in McPherson that are in need of this housing. So, and the market study backs that up.
Is there any questions for Jay from the commission? Would you like to make a motion?
Yeah, I move that we adopt resolution number 21-01, resolution supporting proposed development and tax credit application for McPherson Townhomes. One project to be located in the city of McPherson, McPherson County, Kansas, and authorize the mayor to sign the resolution and a utility availability letter to Manchi and Associates as part of their federal tax credit application process.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
So unanimous. Jay, you're on the road.
All right, I won't take up
Okay.
any more of your time.
There you
Okay.
go. Have a good day.
All right, thank you. You too.
We need to do the resolution,
You did them both at the same time.
both at the same time.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
that's fine.
all right. All right, we are down to,
Okay, the next item is a moderate income housing grant release information. This is, I don't necessarily need any action on this, but I wanted you guys to be aware that last week the city of McPherson released many of the details of that 2021 moderate income housing grant program for the city of McPherson. We did put a press release out, and some of the data I'm going to be sharing with you is from that press release. We did back in early, if you remember, back in early December 2020, we received notice that we'd been funded for $100,000 in moderate income housing grant through Kansas Housing Resource Corporation. The city of McPherson is partnering with developer and builder Jim Strawn to build 5 moderately priced homes. The homes will be located on the south side of the newly developed stretch of Genesis Drive, closest to East Links Drive. It's actually just to the west of East Links Drive in the Barnes Farmers West Field Edition. These homes being built are 1,300 square feet with 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and a 2-car garage, and all full unfinished basement with a rough-in for a 3rd bathroom. There'll be vaulted ceilings in these living rooms, dining rooms, and kitchen. Construction includes dimensional shingles and seated yards. The base price for these homes is going to be $198,500. There is a possibility of additional add-ons available for those that might be interested in those. And there are also some allowances for some of the finishes inside as well. So there are special assessments on these properties, so you'll be required to pay those in addition. The MIH grant will allow for down payment assistance of up to $20,000 for qualifying individuals. The plan would be to do $20,000 per individual. In addition, individuals will be eligible for the City of McPherson New Construction Home Buyer Incentive Program, which can net up to $4,400 in cash or tax refunds over a 4-year period if the home is owned for that entire period. That is $2,000 up front, and then it's rebates on the city portion of taxes over a 4-year graduated scale down is the way that works. With down payment assistance and the potential city incentives, the base cost has a potential to go as low as $174,100, understanding that some of those rebates will actually happen over time. They won't happen right up front. Only interested applicants making no more than 150% of the statewide median income based upon family size and no less than 60% of the statewide median income will be considered. That scale is what KHR, Kansas Housing Resource Corporation, is classified as moderate income. And you can see the scale right here on the screen. That explains that. That's also available out there on the website as well for people that want to look at it in a little bit more detail. Interested recipients must first apply through the City of McPherson. Interested applicants should be prepared to show their most recent tax return for all family members in the household. Applications are available either in person here at the city office, or we'd highly encourage you to go to the website and print off a copy of that. You can send those directly to myself, and my email is out there on the website for anybody that's interested in submitting one of those. Before applications are advanced for considering For consideration, applicants must also have a pre-approved letter of available financing from either a bank or a mortgage company, mortgage lender showing eligibility for that financing. You need to be able to show that you can pay the full amount that would potentially be due. Upon meeting eligibility, applicants will begin conversations with the builder. Successful applicants who are awarded funds will be required to sign a 0% loan agreement, promissory note, and second mortgage agreements. These agreements ensure that there are limits on profitability if the house is sold within a 10-year period of the initial occupancy. At the end of that 10 years, the deed restriction lien will be lifted and 100% of the loan will be forgiven. If the house is sold before the end of that 10-year occupancy, the loan recipient will be required to pay back a prorated portion of that loan. The 10-year reimbursement prevents awardees from flipping properties for profit soon after the purchase. So we think it's a great program. I've already had, I put this out, I think, on Thursday, and I've already had 2 or 3 people inquire about it. So I think it will go fairly quickly. This is basically available as contracts are signed. So you'll go through the pre-approval process with me, and then I'll turn you over to the developer builder to begin talks with them. And once we've got 5 contracts signed, the grant will cease at that point. So it'll be basically first come, first serve, based upon the contract signed by the developer.
Is there a chance that if you fill these applications come in, that we get another loan like that, or another?
Our plan would be that we would continue to pursue them. We'd hope that we'd get, we'd ask for a little over 300,000 to be able to do houses all along the south side there. But unfortunately, we were only funded for the 100,000, but very fortunately, we were funded for the 100,000. So we'll do the best with what we've got, and we'll, if this is successful, it's absolutely something we'll continue to pursue, and we may look at pursuing it with other builders and developers as well. So,
Thank you.
We were asked by the Housing Resource Corporation to, would we be willing to take a lesser amount than what we applied? And we said yes, because something's better than nothing. So it may take us 2, 3, 4 years to finally get the 300,000. Then we may apply again next year with a different contractor while they're finishing these homes out, and then this one would be eligible for another one on that side. So
Good.
we're working the different programs of low income and moderate, much more aggressive than we have in the past. Okay, you can talk about the next item.
okay, the next item, the McPherson County City Commission will hold a joint commission meeting with the McPherson County Commission on Monday, January 25th. It'll be at 10:30, and it'll be at the McPherson County Commission Room located at the McPherson County Building. It's the old Bank of America building located at 122 West Marlin Street. They just recently renovated that to be able to do that. They're on the first floor, I think, and I think that's where it will be. The meeting will be held. The agenda we're still working on, and just as a reminder, if any of you have items that you want specifically discussed, please let me know. I'd like to kind of try to shore some of that up by hopefully next week. So if you've got items that need to be discussed, if department heads have any items that need to be discussed, please make sure you let me know. And we will plan to go over there after we've completed our city commission meeting. Just also a reminder, next week, I didn't put it on here, but next week we do have it at 8 a.m. We'll have our land bank meeting here in this room at 8 o'clock before the regular meeting. So just as a reminder, we do have 3 wages for your consideration. The first being Casey Hainline, fire department paramedic, start going from $16.33 to $16.82 per hour, effective January 25th. Zach Peterson, fire department firefighter, going from $16.33 to $16.66, effective January 25th. And Brady Winkler, Police Department Patrol Officer, going to School Resource Officer at 2476, effective January 11th.
I'll make the motion to approve the wages.
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then finally, approval of bonds. There are 9 bonds for your consideration. The first being Michael Lee LLC, out of Halsted, a $5,000 electrical bond. Ideal Comfort Plus out of McPherson, $5,000 gas fitter bond, $5,000 mechanical bond, and $5,000 plumbing bond. Tinsley Electric Company LLC out of Canton, a $5,000 electrical bond. And Pile Incorporated Construction Company out of McPherson, $5,000 plumbing bond, mechanical bond, gas fitter bond, and electrical bond.
I move we approve the bonds as read.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'd like to move the recess city commission meeting and go into study sessions. Is there a second?
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, we're done with study session. We're back into regular city commission meeting. I would like to make a motion involving the municipal court and community building to do the necessary keying and security first as soon as possible to maintain the security of both facilities.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then I would like to have a policy that any group meeting in the municipal court or the community building that has a key to get in, that everyone has to leave when the key holder leaves. There a second?
Yeah.
Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That way we're officially together on it. Okay. Is there, I don't believe there's anything else. Okay. Where? Okay. Commissioner Weems brings up a good point. I think we should take what we're doing there and take a look at the municipal building to be sure we have the proper security here. Okay? So maybe there's something additional next week after we've taken a look at it that we can do. I'd like to move to adjourn the city commission meeting.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you.